Attention viewer, you are watching the world's biggest Monster Truck Diecast YouTube channel. This is Monster Jam OCD.
Well, hello everyone and welcome to my last review of the Mix 2 Creatures packs. As you guys probably have already seen, we have reviewed the Pearlescent Purple Grimm and the Maximus Gold editions of the Creatures, and today we are reviewing the next new addition to the Creatures line, which is Scrap. And this is the first time we're ever seeing this mold in this line. The last two were repeat recolors, but this one is a brand new concept and mold for this series. So if we scoot this forward here, you can see first off it comes with an exclusive Son of a Digger blue paint scheme, and then Scrap himself. Now Scrap, we first off never knew his name, which is pretty cool, but this one's a little bit of a thinner, kind of almost a creepy looking skeleton. Actually, that's exactly what it is, but it's like a creepy thin skeleton guy with a biker style theme. There's the illustration of Scrap right there. You can see his leather jacket, his brass knuckles with spikes. Actually, they're bolts instead of spikes on his knuckles, and then we have his boots, his armor, or whatever you would call this, I guess his pants, and then of course his mascot face with the purple bandana. Then you can see here it says Son of a Digger leaps down to the ground, the dirt beneath cracks, he's an upstart the world can't possibly bear the weight of, and he knows it. This is his junkyard, these are his broken down trucks and scraps. So the reason they call him Scrap is because obviously on Son of a Digger we have the scrap yard of the old retired and other trucks on his side panel. So the name is fitting for this character mascot Scrap. I really enjoy the fact that they did that name. And then there's the illustration of a normal Son of a Digger for some reason. It's a black Son of a Digger, which should be blue, but maybe it's because the colors didn't translate well when they printed it. So there it is, Unleash the Beast. We're gonna unleash this beast right now, the Creatures Packs Mix 2 Finale, which is the brand new Scrap model. So here we go. Okay, so here is Scrap and his exclusive Son of a Digger blue paint scheme. We will start with the Son of a Digger, which I think looks really cool. The paint scheme, just in blue, looks really different in terms of the color palette. Obviously, the blue flames are a little harder to see because of the changing color, but the overall idea of a blue Son of a Digger for this paint scheme is really cool. And you can see there's the roof detail. The front grille is painted in blue as well. And then we have the headlights and the crossbars painted. It does not have the middle ones yet, but the Zombie vs. Hunters edition does have that. Here's the side panel, the graphics, very similar to that of the Reveal the Steel edition with the edges kind of visible there. And that's that side, nothing on the back. And then a blue roll cage, gray chassis, and these blue rims with black tires. So it matches his actual pants pretty close, very well on there. So this flame detail. And for the actual figure, it's kind of a weird, he almost is like almost so fluid, it's really creepy. He has such a fluid motion and articulation, it's kind of strange almost. He's definitely my favorite figure so far. I love how articulated he is. He moves so easily, it's again creepy in its own way, and he's supposed to be creepy because he is the Scrap skeleton really in a sense. So you can see here the detail of his boots. He's got really detailed laced up boots, some bolts kind of, I guess, bolting them onto his legs because he's a skeleton. And then you have there, and then the bottom, that's not that. This is the one I want to show you, the Moss Gem logo. Same details, kind of ripped up right here, almost like flames, but ripped. And then we have the blue flames on his pants. You can see his spine through the middle part here where his jacket's kind of ripped up. And lots of detail in his jacket. The folding, the ripping at the bottom, the ripping off his arms, and then these bolts here in silver. And again, he's a skeleton, so he's really thin and kind of slender in a way. So you can see his arms are really thin and out of that jacket where he has pretty big shoulders, but then his arms are super thin because they're just bones. So there's those right there. His hands have those brass knuckle bolt detailings or screws on his kind of glove here, and then his hand is in a skeleton form. You can see his rib cage sticking through. This is something that the original idea of the mascot had, which is his rib cage was exposed. And then his classic, or the Son of a Digger classic face right there with the purple bandana and the screws coming out of his head with some cracking detail of the skull and the red eyes with the dark black sunken in holes back there. and the bandana wraps around, and his head does move back and forth, but not all the way around, just kind of side to side. Then again, there's his shoulder pads with those screws again. Like I said before, and I'll continue to say every time I see this figure, this is one of the craziest looking figures because of how articulated he can be. You'll understand when you get him. The other figures are really, they're not hard to move, but they're a little tougher to move in this fluid motion, but this guy is just all over the place, and I think it's one of the coolest things. This is just super awesome. So great work with the Spin Master Design team on this one. I can't wait to see what Mix 3 Creatures has to offer for us for the last mix of the year, and hopefully in 2020 do more of these new figures. I hope to see less repeats next year, honestly, but I like the idea of recoloring them to be at least different. We could definitely create different teams of things with recolored figures, but it's awesome to always see something new, and this one's brand new for this series. So like Captain Black, it's a different one from the Grimm and Maximus set, and I'm almost certain we're going to have Grimm again in Mix 3 and Maximus again, maybe in Mix 3, and I definitely know we have a new figure coming for Mix 3 as well. So stay tuned for the next new figure. I will see you guys next time, and thanks for watching. This is Reiner Monstrum OCD, signing out.